Have you ever looked around and felt like life is moving too fast? Like everyone else is achieving their dreams, finding success, and building their futures, while you're somehow stuck? Maybe you thought you'd be further along by now. Maybe you compare yourself to others, wondering if you've wasted time or missed opportunities. If that sounds familiar, know this: you are not alone. The fear of being left behind is something many people experience, but Buddhism offers profound wisdom that can completely shift your mindset and bring you inner peace. Today, I want to share 5 powerful Buddhist truths that will help you break free from these worries and embrace your life as it is, right now. 1. Suffering is part of life, but it's not the enemy. In Buddhism, the first of the 4 noble truths is dukkha, which means suffering or dissatisfaction. It teaches that suffering is not a mistake or a punishment. It is simply part of life. We suffer when we compare ourselves to others, when we feel like we're running out of time, or when we resist the natural flow of life. But here's the shift. Instead of seeing suffering as something to escape, see it as a teacher. Every struggle carries a lesson, and every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to grow. When you stop resisting and start accepting, suffering loses its power over you. 2. Everything is impermanent, even your struggles. Have you ever noticed how quickly things change? The job you once worried about, the heartbreak that once felt unbearable, the anxieties that kept you up at night, over time they fade, transform, or become distant memories. Buddhism teaches anicca, the truth of impermanence. Nothing stays the same, not success, not failure, not even you. That means feeling behind in life is just a temporary perception. In reality, you are always in motion, always evolving. When you embrace impermanence, you stop fearing change. You stop measuring your life against rigid expectations. Instead, you start flowing with it, allowing yourself to experience life as it unfolds. 3. The present moment is the only one that truly exists. So much of our suffering comes from living in the past or the future. We replay regrets, wondering what we could have done differently. We project into the future, worrying if we'll ever catch up. But the past is gone, and the future hasn't arrived yet. The only moment that truly exists is now. Buddhism encourages mindfulness, the practice of fully experiencing the present. When you focus on what you're doing right now instead of where you should be, you begin to realize that life is not about reaching a destination. It's about fully living each moment. So, instead of asking, "How far have I come?" ask yourself, "Am I fully present right now?" That shift alone can transform your experience of life. 4. Comparison is an illusion. Your journey is your own. One of the greatest sources of suffering is comparison. We scroll through social media, seeing others' success, relationships, and achievements, and we feel like we're falling behind. But Buddhism teaches that everyone's path is different. Comparing your journey to someone else's is like comparing 2 completely different books. They have different stories, different lessons, and different timelines. Your life is unfolding at its own perfect pace. Trust it. 5. Attachment to expectations causes suffering. We often feel behind in life because we have rigid expectations of how things should be, what age we should be successful, married, or financially stable. But Buddhism teaches that clinging to expectations only leads to suffering. The more we try to control life, the more frustrated we become. Instead, try to embrace what is rather than what you think should be. Freedom comes when we let go of attachment and allow life to unfold naturally. 6. Your thoughts are not reality. How many times have you convinced yourself that you're a failure, that you're not good enough, or that you'll never achieve what you want? Buddhism teaches that our thoughts are just thoughts, not facts. They come and go like clouds in the sky. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. Practice observing your thoughts instead of identifying with them. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or harming me? If it's harming you, let it go. 7. True happiness comes from within. Society tells us that happiness comes from external achievements, money, success, relationships. But Buddhism teaches the opposite. True happiness comes from within. Have you ever achieved something only to realize you still don't feel fulfilled? That's because real peace isn't found in external things. It's found in accepting yourself, living with gratitude, and appreciating the present moment. Happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate inside. 8. Letting go brings freedom. We hold on to so many things: regrets, past mistakes, fears about the future. But Buddhism teaches that letting go is the key to freedom. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for new growth, new opportunities, and new experiences. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's weighing me down? Then gently practice releasing it. 9. Small steps lead to big changes. Many people feel stuck because they think they need to make huge changes to improve their lives. But Buddhism teaches that even the smallest step in the right direction matters. Instead of worrying about how far you have to go, just focus on the next small step. One step at a time, you will move forward. 10. You are exactly where you need to be. The biggest truth Buddhism teaches us is this: you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be for your own unique journey. Your path is unfolding perfectly, even if it doesn't look the way you expected. Trust that every experience, good or bad, is shaping you into who you are meant to become. Take a deep breath. You are not late. You are right on time. Final thoughts. If you've been feeling left behind by age, I hope these 10 Buddhist truths help you see life differently. You are not in a race. You are not behind. You are simply on your own unique journey. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content like this. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are exactly where you're meant to be.